Chapter 10, Lesson 5. Railroad Crossings. Because trains are so massive, their stopping distance will always be longer than those of other vehicles. A moving train always has the right of way. Objective. Distinguish between passive and active railroad crossing. Active and passive crossings. Crossings that are controlled with an electrical signal are called active railroad crossings. Identify the signs, signals, and markings at this active railroad crossing. This is a passive railroad crossing. Identify how this crossing is different from the active crossing. Biggest thing is the active crossing has lights, this one has no lights. Objective. Identify the correct action to be taken at a railroad crossing. Crossing railroad tracks. When you approach railroad tracks, always stop, look, and listen. Expect the train to appear at any time. Passenger trains can run early or late, and freight trains do not follow set schedules. A fully loaded freight train may seem far away. If you can see the train, it is closer than you think. Take these precautions when approaching railroad crossings. Slow and be ready to stop. Check traffic to your near. Look both ways as you approach, even if the light is not flashing. Listen for train sounds. If a train is approaching, stop at least 15 feet from the tracks. Wait for the train to pass. When carefully check for another approaching train, if there are multiple tracks, the number of tracks will be shown on the crossing as seen in this picture. Trains may approach from either direction on any sets of tracks. Drive into the tracks only when you're sure you have enough space to clear the tracks. Do not shift gears on railroad tracks. Your vehicle may stall. To note here, if your vehicle ever does stall, okay, and you have to get out of your vehicle and the vehicle is going to be hit by a train, the best thing is to run towards the train. And the reason being, any particles or crash parts of the vehicle is not going to fly towards the train coming. It's going to go away once it's hit. How can you distinguish between an active and a passive railroad crossing? Describe how to search as you approach a railroad crossing. In Lesson 6, Roundabouts. Some intersections are designed as a circle called a roundabout, also called traffic circles or routes. Roundabouts do not have traffic signals. All vehicles move around a circular pathway in the same direction. Drivers entering the circle are required to yield to circular traffic. Objective. Identify how roundabouts benefit drivers and pedestrians. Traffic circle signals. These may identify a roundabout coming. Benefits of roundabouts. Why are roundabouts safer and more effective than intersections with traffic signals? It's mostly the stop and go traction and everything a vehicle goes through. Objective. Compare the flow of traffic through a traffic circle to that of an intersection with a signal. No left turns across intersections reduce dangerous conflicts. Yield signs reduce delays and decrease the level of drivers' frustration and aggression. Pedestrians have to look in only one direction to cross. Traffics with a high volume or left turns can move through a roundabout more quickly than through a traffic signal. Objective: describe the correct procedure for driving through a roundabout. Proceeding at roundabouts. Signs will alert you that there is a circular intersection ahead. Traffic circles are controlled by yield and one-way signs. Vehicles traveling in the circle have the right of way. When entering, you must yield to traffic already in the circle. All traffic moves counterclockwise, so vehicles will be coming from the left. Watch for pedestrians in the crosswalks. If there is a vehicle ahead of you, do not stop in the crosswalk. If necessary, stop before entering. Select a safe gap and turn right into the intersection, into the entrance. Once you are in the circle, you have the right of way. In multiple lane circles, get into the correct lane early based upon your desired exit. Drivers in the right lane must make an immediate exit or travel straight ahead. Drivers in the left and middle lanes can go straight, turn left, or make a U-turn. Do not pass or change lanes except to merge into the right lane to exit. Signal prior to your desired exit. If you are taking the first right, signal immediately upon entering. Never stop in a traffic circle. Continue around the circle until you reach your exit. If you miss your exit, just drive around the circle again until you are able to exit safely. When exiting from an inside lane, check the lane next to you and check your blind spots to make sure the outside lane is clear. Roundabouts save energy. By reducing the waiting at traffic lights, roundabouts reduce fuel consumption and the emissions of pollutants. They also eliminate the need for electricity that would have been used by a traffic light. Review. State 3 reasons why roundabouts are safer than intersections with traffic lights. In the traffic circle, which vehicle has the right of way? List the actions you should take to enter a traffic circle safely.